Complaining is the killer of joy. I say this so often. Complaining is so bad. It takes the joy. It literally sucks the joy out of everything. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miss Mookie if you're new here. On my channel, I like to talk about everything that involves self-love, growth, and helping people to better themselves. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a topic that was requested a little while back. Sorry for the late posting because this is something that this person requested that they needed more information about, and I recorded this video 3 times already, so I'm finally ready because I don't know what happened. I lost the memory card, I deleted the footage accidentally, so I am here recording it for the 3rd time. 3rd time's a charm. So let's go ahead and get into the video. This topic is going to be about how to not let negativity affect you, and I like this topic because in one of my previous videos I did talk about how to radiate positivity, and in that video I did talk about negativity, because you can't address your positivity or radiate positivity without addressing your negativity and things that contribute to that. This one is different from that video about radiating positivity because it talks about negativity from other people. If you have people in your life that are constantly spewing negative judgment or thoughts or just negative self-talk, this is how to deal with that. So I hope this video helps, and for the person that commented and asked for this topic, for me to go talk about this topic, I'm going to find a way to try to link it so you can see it, because it honestly has been a while. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So the definition of negativity is a tendency to be downbeat, disagreeable, and skeptical. I like to give the definition of each topic because I like to just clarify what we're actually talking about for those who don't know, or for those that just prefer to have a direct definition of what we are talking about. So in other words, negativity is a pessimistic attitude. You don't have a positive outlook on things. You're just being very down, very low vibrational. So an example of having a pessimistic attitude is perhaps losing a game, getting a disease, suffering an injury, or even having something stolen. This can trigger negative thoughts and a negative attitude. So like I said, I did make a past video about radiating positivity. In that video, for the first part of that video, I talked about negativity, because you have to address your negativity in order to start, transitioning into a more positive mindset and have a more positive attitude. So I would highly suggest watching that video, because it talks more about recognizing things that are negative, and possibly you don't know your negativity, or things that can be negative can show up as negativity in other people. So once you determine what negativity looks like, I want you to start taking a look at the people around you. So do these people tend to have a tendency to talk badly about others, passing judgment about others? They call you or reach out to talk to you only to talk about negative habits, or for you to actually partake in negative habit. They're always complaining. Complaining is the killer of joy. I say this so often. Complaining is so bad. It takes the joy. It literally sucks the joy out of everything. So if you have somebody constantly complaining, they are engaging in negative behavior. Or someone who gets upset when you set boundaries. Boundaries can look like, hey, I don't want you to do this or that. I don't want you to blow up my phone when I have it on do not disturb. I have it on do not disturb for a reason, and they're still constantly reaching out to you. You're setting a boundary, and they are getting upset with you and letting you know that that's just something that they don't like. They're not capable of respecting your boundary, and they get upset when you're setting a boundary. It doesn't have to just be that specific thing, but I just use that as an example to just let you guys know what that can look like. And also, somebody who is negative is someone who trauma dumps. And I say trauma dumping, and I mean this when they are trauma dumping early on. So when you first meet the person, they're like, oh, hey, like they seem really nice. And then all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, this and this and this is going on in my life, and I need to talk to you about this. And this is going to be the topic that we talk about for the remainder of our friendship or relationship. So if this brought up a memory, or this made a person come to mind when I was stating these examples, then 9 times out of 10, this person or the people that you thought of or the memories that came up, that is you dealing with negativity. And I just want to say that misery loves company. People who are miserable are going to want you to stay on a certain level so they can maintain that level of misery. They don't want to get out of that misery. They probably don't know how to get out of that misery. But what they're going to require from you is that you stay on that level as well, so they can easily maintain that misery that they're in. Life is great when you stay away from negative, messy, jealous, and unhappy people. I want you to know that positive influences are very, very important. I don't know if you guys have heard of the saying, birds of a feather flock together. When you are around people who are negative, 9 times out of 10, it's going to make you start to act more negative. The way they talk about people, the way they talk about themselves, you're going to start engaging in that as well. Why? Because that is something that you're normalizing. You're telling yourself it's okay for them to do it. So why wouldn't it be okay for you to do it? You're normalizing it. So birds of a feather, that saying is absolutely true. Because if you weren't that way obviously something attracted you to that person. Something within you attracted what attracted you to that person. But the habits that they have and that they broadcast and that they show, or things that they do on a daily basis, you're going to normalize it because you see them doing it and it's okay for them to do it. So if it's okay for them to do it, it's going to be okay for you to do it. And that's how birds of a feather flock together. So what I want you to do in order to not let negativity or negative people affect you is just to let the people that you know, that the people that you consider friends, somebody you're in a relationship with, and even your family, I want you to let them know that positivity is very important to you. So you have to be able to set that boundary. And yes, some people may or may not get upset when you set this boundary, but let them know that you can only talk about positive things. I had to do this because I had to basically determine what relationships I valued and then what relationships I didn't value. When I found the ones I valued, I let them know that positivity was very important to me and that I do not wish to talk about negative things. Talking about negative things doesn't benefit me in any type of way, shape, or form. So what is the need for me to talk about them? What is the need for you to talk about them? There's no need. Maybe you have to get some things off of your chest. Maybe you need to vent. That's okay. You can always create that safe space for you and your friends to have those moments for when you need to vent. But your day does not need to consist of negative talking. It doesn't. It's going to affect you in such a negative way. It's going to bring you to a low vibration. You're not going to be on a high vibration. You're not going to be on a high vibration. You're not going to be positive, and then that's going to take away from you being positive. And if you're not positive, well, how is your day looking? It's going to look drastic. It's going to look bad because the way that you think is directly reflected into your life. So if you think negatively on a daily basis, guess what? Your life is going to be negative. If you think in a more positive way, then guess what? Your life is going to be positive. It's all about your perception. So the way that the things that you let come out of your mouth through your thoughts and your behaviors, then that's going to determine what type of life you have. Negativity is contagious. Unhappiness is contagious. Fear is contagious. But so is happiness. So is optimism. So is love. Surround yourself with people who bring out the best in you. You strive to be a reflection of what you want to receive. So that pretty much sums up the video. I hope you all found this information helpful. I want to spread positivity in every corner of the world. Like, I just want everybody to experience a more positive life. So let's stop with the negativity. Let's help our friends become better people by implementing more positive strategies and more positive talk into our lives. I've mentioned this before. I am a huge fan of Jay Shetty. He had a guest on there where he talked about being more positive. And well, I don't think he was talking about being more positive, scratch that. Where he had a guest on there who was talking about just becoming a better person, a better version of himself. And he went into saying that he found himself judging people a lot. Judging is a sign of negativity or a form of negativity. So what he did to combat that, he had to challenge himself, and he had to, when he found himself judging people, he would say 2 things that he liked about that person or that thing that he was passing judgment on. Because who are we to judge? But that's a good way to get out of that habit. So say you see somebody with raggedy clothes on and you're like, ew, they look disgusting. And it's like, hold up, wait, why am I thinking about that? And it's like, I don't even know this person. So let me backtrack. Let me state 2 things that I do like about him rather than passing judgment on what he's wearing. Everybody has something going on in their lives, and I have absolutely no clue what this stranger has going on. That's what you need to do. And I pass this knowledge on to my friends. I let them know, hey, I see you passing judgment on somebody. Name 2 things that you like about them. I see you passing judgment on that car outside. Name 2 things that you like about it. And that's going to stop them. That's going to make them recognize their negative thoughts as well. And that's going to help them along the line. So I say help yourself and help others around you in any way possible. And this is my way of doing that as well. So in conclusion, it's very, very important that you have a positive outlook on life. It's all about your perception and how you perceive things. So if you have a positive perception, you're going to have a positive life. And you can't have a positive life if you're surrounded by negative people, because you're going to normalize their negativity, and in return, you're going to normalize that for yourself, and then you're going to start having a negative perception on everything, and therefore it's turning your life into a negative life. So, and I say all of that, I made this video to let you guys know that negativity will and can drain your energy. Stop letting negative things affect you by removing them. And if you value the relationships that where people are negative, it's important to determine if that person is capable of changing. If they are, it's not your job to change anybody. Don't get that twisted. But if they are capable of changing, you've seen them make positive changes in their life before, then that can be a great indication that they are capable of changing their negative ways as well. So if you value that relationship, let them know. Set those boundaries around positivity and negativity, and then provide them with helpful tools in a positive way. Don't bash people. Try to do it in a very positive and helpful way. Don't try to sound arrogant or superior. That's negative as well. But just try to give them feedback, especially if they are close to you, and let them know that their behavior does affect you and you do not tolerate negativity. So if you could help them, give them positive, if you can help them by giving them some tips on how to combat their negativity, then I'm pretty sure your relationship will flourish. And also, when you are meeting new people, practice discernment. What does a good relationship look like? What does a healthy friendship look like? What do you give in a relationship that you would like to receive back? Because if you give it, if the things that you value, you're able to give that to others, then they should be able to give that to you as well. Practicing discernment, detachment, and setting boundaries, that's going to allow you to set the path for a more positive life and lifestyle. Please do not let anyone disturb your peace just because they are at war with themselves. All right, so that is it for today's video. I really appreciate you guys taking the time out to listen to me speak. I hope you guys were able to get some information, some helpful information from this video. So thanks again. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that way it can reach more people. And subscribing just lets me know that, well, subscribing and liking lets me know that this information is helpful and that I can keep creating it. I honestly don't really care how many people it reaches, but it just helps me to stay motivated when creating content. So I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Only been days, but it felt like mine.